part 2 coming up. Welcome back, fellow collectors. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Today we are going to do part 2 of my 1/50th scale Hot Wheels Batmobiles. My Batmobile collection from Hot Wheels. These are the 1/50th scale. So these that I'm covering today will be some of the movies from the 80s all the way to probably the 90s. These are the not the trilogy, but more like the 4-movie part of the Batman series from that time, when it started with Michael Keaton and ended with, of course, George Clooney. Anyway, before we do that, I hope you guys consider subscribing to my channel. Also, hit that notification bell so I can notify you of future content, and I would love to hear from you, so please leave me a comment below. And also, as always, for those who are interested in finding these things and adding them to their collection, I did leave links in the description below. Alright, so with that being said, let's go ahead and start this review on these Batmobiles. Okay guys, this is the first one, the one that kind of started it all. As you can see, from the 80s, the Batmobile from Batman, starring Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. It's probably the second, most iconic Batmobile, next to the 1966 Batmobile, in my opinion. This is from Series 2. I don't have Series 1, but I think Series 1 is the previous video that I did. This is the Series 2, so this are the 1980s. This is from the 1989 movie, like I said. And here are the various vehicles you can get in that collection. The Batboat, well, that's from the 66. I covered that already. So this is that car right now, and you have the Batwing. Very nice looking Batmobile. I'm sorry I can't unbox it for you guys because it's the only one I have, but very nice looking. The design is clean and crisp, and yeah, it's just very good looking car. I wish I had a second piece to unbox and show more of, but anyway, this is the Batmobile from the 1989 Batmobile movie. It's got the usual parts probably you've seen in different reviews from the past: the intake, the turbojet in the back that propels the car. Yeah, quite a nice looking car. And the feature of this actually is the cockpit. The windshield slides open so you can see the interior of this vehicle. So that's kind of a cool, neat little feature. Even though it's not a Corgi, it still has a little bit of that feature. So anyway, this is the 1989 Hot Wheels 1/50th scale Batmobile. Alright guys, next on the docket is the Batwing from the same movie from 1989. They actually just showed 2 vehicles from that movie: the Batmobile, which was previously shown, and of course the Batwing. 2 vehicles that was driven and flown by Cape Crusader in that movie. Unfortunately, the Batwing itself didn't live that long in the movie. It crashed shortly after, but still very nice looking, especially when it flew with the moon as its backdrop. That was very iconic. This particular Batmobile comes with a stand, or not Batmobile, but Batwing, excuse me. This one comes with a stand, and you can actually, I think it's got like a ball joint on it, so you can snap the underside of this Batwing and pose it in different angles, which is kind of cool. Again, unfortunately, I only have one and can't unbox this one. This is part of my collection, but still quite a good looking piece. The back just shows you the various vehicles you can get in this series. So this is the 1989 movie Batwing. Next on the docket is Batman Returns Armored Batmobile. Actually, this showed up in the first movie. If you do recall, when he had the shields activated, it did show for a little bit in the first movie. In the second movie, I guess it had a little bit more airtime, I guess. But in this particular case, this toy, and it looks like it's got a bit of scrapes and dings to it, but I guess that's part of the paint scheme that they did put on this thing. And actually there is underneath, and I don't know if you can see it, you can see maybe a wheel there. There is an actual Batmobile underneath this armor, and I wish I had a second one, like I said, to see if that is actually removable. And hopefully maybe I can get one to open up and, you know, unarmor, I guess you can say, take off the armor and see if in fact there is a Batmobile, actual Batmobile underneath. I hope so. But yep, this is from Batman Returns, the second movie. This one's got the different various vehicles. I don't have the Batboat. I wish I did. So maybe in some future installment I can add that to my collection. But this is from the second movie, Batman Returns. Guys, I lied. I guess I do have it. Anyway, this is next on the docket, the Batman Returns Batski Boat, or the Batboat. I didn't realize I had it. I thought I didn't have it. I was looking around, reviewing what I had, and well, apparently I do have it. Anyway, it is quite a sleek looking vehicle. I didn't see quite a bit of it in the movie, but still a very cool looking bat boat. And here again, the various vehicles you can add to your collection. And yeah, I mean, it is very different, kind of a crossover bat boat, Batski, or a submarine. Actually, it looks more like it can go on underwater and hover over water, I guess, like kind of like a hydrofoil on it. If you can check on the side there, the side fin on this thing, it looks like it's one of those things where at a certain speed it will kind of float up on the water, which is kind of a cool thing. So yeah, so this is the Batman Returns Batski Boat. Alright guys, up next is the Batman Returns Bat Missile. In one of the scenes in the movies where he had to go through a very narrow alley, he was able to convert his Batmobile into a Bat Missile, which is kind of a cool little trick that his vehicle could transform into that. But this is a rendition of that. It's also got the sliding cockpit, still got the jet thrusters, and the back again, the various vehicles that you can get in this collection. But yeah, I think this was one of the coolest incarnations when the Batmobile transformed into this. Quite neat. Anyway, this is from Batman Returns, the Bat Missile. Next we have the Penguin Duck. So in that movie, the Penguin did have a vehicle that he rides around in. He was the main villain, aside from actually him and the Catwoman were the main villains in that movie. And he actually had a vehicle, and Hot Wheels made a version or a replica of it. Probably one of the few, or maybe just one, that they made of a actual non-related Batmobile vehicle, but actually a vehicle of a villain, which is kind of cool. I thought it's a neat collection to add to mine, part of my collection, that is. On the back you can see the various vehicles again that you can get. But yeah, I thought this was kind of cool. They actually a rubber ducky type vehicle, looks like a rubber ducky, yeah, that was, I actually saw in the movie that the Penguin was on. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, from the Batman Returns, the Penguin Duck. Alright, next up, guys, from Batman Forever, this is the Batmobile. This one, I believe the designer on this kind of was inspired by the Alien movie, and the way the artwork and the rendition of how the alien and its design, I think the designer was inspired by it. And if you look at it, it does kind of look alien-like in its design, the ribs, just a lot of the openings, and just the overall look of it, with exception of course the three fins in the back, but still a Batmobile, but still kind of looking very nice. Now I know they made a Bat boat based on this design as well, with a single fin I believe in the back, but I don't believe Hot Wheels made one of those in this scale. And so unfortunately, this is the only Batman Forever Batmobile or Batman vehicle that I have. Let me know in the comments below if there is in the back, again, the various vehicles, but I don't believe they made any other vehicles, especially a Batboat, although I do remember seeing that in the movie. Maybe they'll make one in the future, I don't know, but as far as I know, this is the only one from the Batman Forever line. So this is Batman Forever Batmobile. Alright guys, last of the Batmobile 4-movie part series, I guess from back when it started in the 80s and through the 90s. This is the Batman and Robin Batmobile. Now, I know the movie wasn't that good for its campiness and just overall, I don't know, it just didn't, I know it didn't appeal to a lot of people, but in all fairness, I did like the Batmobile. This is probably the only Batmobile that is in a convertible form, if you can kind of imagine it. Because yeah, it is a single seater. It doesn't have any shields to protect the Cape Crusader, which is, I thought, was a little weird. But in itself though, design wise, it's kind of like a cross between the Batman Forever and the Batmobile from the 1989 movie, a little bit. But it in itself has also got its own design. The front part of it is rather big and hefty. It's got two fins in the back, and then, like I said, a single seat cockpit for the Cape Crusader, and you got your jet thruster in the back. Again, it's my only copy of my collection. I wish I had another one to unbox, but I hope that you can just enjoy looking at it the way it is presented in its blister pack. But anyway, this is from Batman and Robin, the Batmobile. And the back, of course. Alright. Well, alright guys. Last but not least, from Batman and Robin, the George Clooney, Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, this is the Batblade. This was written by Robin. it seems like your kind of basic motorcycle. They just added wings or fins to the side, but you know, not really very flashy or very, I don't know, I'm not too impressed with it. But still, hey, it's a Bat vehicle written by the boy Wonder, so it's still pretty cool looking. So yeah, that is, last but not least, again, the Bat Blade from that movie Batman and Robin. Well, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that little piece on those Batmobiles and Bat vehicles that were part of the 1989 franchise, the 4-movie franchise. It is a lot to cover. I didn't go into a lot of great detail, but I'm pretty sure a reviewer out there probably already covered all those details. I just wanted to show you a part of my collection, and I hope you liked it. And if you do, please share it with your friends, and I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll go with part 3 soon, and that will be covering the Dark Knight trilogy. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you soon.